What's going on YouTube? David here from TechManDave, TMD. I'm sorry I have not been able to post as of late. I've been wanting to do a post, just hadn't found the time to do it. Right, so this is my first post in about 2 or 3 weeks. I have here in front of me the Galaxy Z Fold 3. I know the 4 just came out just today, where the pre-order started today on the Z Flip and the Z Flip floor, but I'm using the 3 now, and I just want to give you guys a quick update video to how it's been for me the past 2 to 3 weeks. I've been using it as my daily driver. I just want to give you some pros and some cons, what I think about it, some ways I looked on YouTube and looked at other videos to possibly increase the battery life on it, the cameras, how do I feel about those, just a total overall experience about how I feel about this phone, right? So I'll go in depth on it. I've been using it for about 2 or 3 weeks now. I got it on the Prime Day, I think it was, on Amazon. I got it for about 900 bucks. So I got it for a steal. I got it in the midnight green, 256 gigs. It's pretty much all I need whenever I switch to a secondary device, secondary phone for that matter. So again, been using it about 2 or 3 weeks, man, and it's been kind of an enjoyable experience for me. As you can see, where I won't go through the full unboxing, there's nothing in the box with these phones. I want Samsung and Apple to stop doing it. We are buying flagship phones, and nothing is coming in the box except a USB cable and a SIM tray tool. That's all you're getting. User manuals, I hardly read them. I throw them away, chuck them away. I don't hardly ever read them whatsoever. But this is what we came to see, you know, at that front main display at 6.2 and this huge big inner display at 7.6. Fingerprint unlocks, my wonderful son there on front. As you can see, we close it back. Right here, my lovely daughter is on the front. I've been using this phone, and I've bought this phone 2 to 3 times, and I don't know why it has been a better use than the other times, right? It's a solid device, and at the end of this video, I'll let you know whether it's worth upgrading, because I am going to take a look at the Z Flip and the Z Fold and probably do videos on the both of them, so stay tuned for those. But my experience with this has been great. I'm gonna tell you a few things up front just about the phone that I very well like. One thing about it that I do like is I take off the screen protector on the front. To me, the screen protectors that come with the phone and the screen protectors that you buy off Amazon, it kind of sticks to your thumb on the side when you try to go from panel to panel or screen to screen. I usually take them off. So I don't have a screen protector on the front of this phone right now, and it feels absolutely great. You have to do it through user experience to see if you will like it, but that's a quick tip for me that works absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely love the fact that it's not a screen protector on the front. The phone looks cleaner. It looks nice. Of course, I put it in my pocket. I don't put it in my pocket if I have anything else in it. So it looks absolutely great. Another perk for me is just this big wide inner display here. Sorry, it's my son at 7.6. This screen is absolutely huge, and when you pull this out, this is a game changer of a phone to actually pull this out, right, and being actually able to enjoy all of its glory on this huge screen and be able to go side to side for Google and whatever else. I think this screen plays a major factor in anybody looking to get one or anybody that does already have one. This is the go-to for me. I'm a person that stays on YouTube a lot, watching YouTube videos, whatever the case may be. Great volume, sound. It looks absolutely wonderful. It's just a great overall device being this huge. Another perk is for me too, is just, to me, the build quality. The build quality on this phone is absolutely phenomenal from YouTube, and I know they was working on some third-party apps that make Facebook fit and Instagram fit in some way. You can change the aspect ratios of it. It's just the look and the feel of it and the build quality of it is absolutely phenomenal. And lastly would be for me, I'm hearing negative reviews about the battery life of the Z Fold 3. I'm getting 2 days on this phone easily. And I'm just going to put this video out there to kind of put some people at ease. I don't know what you have to do. I looked on YouTube at other videos on how to save battery on this phenomenal phone, and I went through the tutorial and went through those steps, and it worked for me, right? It absolutely worked for me. I'm easily getting a day and a half, 2 days out of this phone before I even have to go in and charge it. So the battery life is fine with me. If other users have been paying attention, I also have an iPhone 13 Pro Max. I don't know what update it was, the 15.5, 15.6, 15.4, whichever one it was. It's like the battery on the iPhone 13 Pro Max has taken a hit. Like usually I was getting 2.5 days easily out of the 13 Pro Max. Well, right now I'm really struggling with one, and I gotta have to watch how I'm using my battery on my iPhone devices. But when I put my SIM card in this phone, I'm easily getting 2 days. So I'm not seeing any battery life glitches. Some cons for me, this under display camera that Samsung decided to go with is absolutely terrible. You can't see it right now just because my wallpaper that I have up, right? But this under display camera is, I don't know what Samsung was thinking about going with that, because it's something that doesn't even work to me. It doesn't work as it should work, right? To me, it doesn't. It doesn't even look that way. Of course, you can't see it on an all black layout, screen layout, right? You can't see it, but the camera in the under display, I'm telling you, henceforth and ahead of time, it's terrible, right? The cameras on the back of the phone on the Z Fold 3, to me, are subpar. 12 megapixel, all 3 lenses, they're subpar cameras. So to have my iPhone 13 Pro Max in my pocket, to have a wife, 2 kids, having that 13 Pro Max in my pocket is a game changer. To have this in my pocket and knowing I'm about to take pictures, it's kind of nerve-wracking. I get a little nervous when my wife says something about a picture, and I'm hoping nobody asks me to be able to take the photos. But to me, these are subpar cameras, and this is a $1,700 phone, right? But in paying for a $1,700 phone, you're paying for this. You're paying for a big screen. You're paying, this is what you're spending your money on. Trust me, this is what you're spending every bit of your money on, is to have one of these screens and displays and whatever the case may be. This is what you're spending your money on, right? I love how it moves. Easily save battery for me. I take off it is 120 hertz display. I put it on 60, right? That saves me a ton of battery there in itself. 120 hertz is absolutely phenomenal. Seeing it on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, it moves very smoothly, and it moves even faster, I believe, on the Androids. But it eats up a lot of your battery, right? So for me, I don't have a lot of battery issues with this phone. Again, I'm getting 2 days easy out of this. That was one of my next negatives. The camera. I believe the cameras are subpar for the price that you're paying for. So the back cameras are not that good. It takes decent, well-lit photos outside. It takes decent photos. It's good to have handy, but they're not the best. It's not iPhone quality, right? This under-display camera, I told you, it's terrible. There's no other way around it. There's no other way to think of it. It's terrible, right? But just the features you can do on this phone, from watching videos, the speakers is great, to going into flex mode and in some apps, just like I got it here in flex mode. It's just a productivity beast to have in hand. If you do a lot of things at once, from multitasking to productivity measures where you can have 3 apps open at the same time, this is the phone you go with. Having this in your pocket, being able to use the S Pen compatibility it's a game changer, right? It's absolutely a game changer. I can easily take Facebook and pull it over, and take an app just like Instagram, easily put it over, right? I easily got 2 screens just right there. No problem at all. So it's just a game changer for me, having those 2 apps running at the same time. I usually stay in my email a whole lot, so I go from Yahoo to messaging somebody a whole lot. So I keep those 2 apps running pretty much at the same time. You can bundle 2 apps together to be able to move them out to your main screen, like I have here from YouTube, as well as YouTube and messages at the same time, as you can see here, right? So this is a part that I love. Got YouTube here, and you got your messages on this side. Like, this is a complete game changer for me, being able to see this in apps and being able to work through this, and being able to put even 3 apps up at the same time. It's absolutely crazy. I think this form factor of a phone and usability to be able to use this is absolutely a game changer, right? So it just depends. It solely depends. I think this phone is for a certain person. I believe it's not for everybody, because everybody's not going to like it. You can also do top and bottom on the screen to run 2 apps. It's not going to be for everybody. And that's one thing I learned. That's probably why I've returned this phone 3 to 4 times because I've still been trying to wrap my head around being a full-time iPhone user, then going to an Android style device or phone. So and it's been kind of difficult for me, but I started off with Android, so it's not the end of the world here, people. But I do love using this phone day to day. It's a powerhouse productivity beast to have in your pocket. People talk about how bulky it is. It's not at all. In your hand, it feels absolutely great. I hadn't had a phone that feels this great in one hand in a long time. And if you're talking about one hand operations and being able to hold this one hand, this feels great compared to a phone like the iPhone 13 Pro Max. If you ever tried to hold that phone in one hand, after a while, this finger from whichever way you holding it is brutal, right? That's why I think they should have stuck with the concept of the 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max, the curved round bezel edges, right? But as far as me, these are the things with this phone that it just typically stands out immediately, right? If I go into my messages, I'll show you guys real